Good morning from the 1011 Now streaming studio. I'm Danielle Shenk with your latest consumer safety spotlight on this Monday. Joining us now is Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau. Thanks for being here, Josh.
Thanks for having me, Danielle.
Well, as many viewers may know, in this segment, Bill and Josh usually dive into everything scam related. That's what to watch out for, shady business practices, and tips to help you avoid becoming a victim to any scam. So, Josh, what are we talking about here today?
Yeah, Danielle, there is a business, or we should maybe refer to them as an alleged business, called Mike's Customz. And this company claims to operate out of Derby, Kansas. We have seen a number of kind of half businesses, half fraudulent entities claiming to operate out of Kansas. And this business, though, they sell custom footwear. And sadly, what has been reported to us through our scam tracker tool and also through this company's BBB business profile is that a lot of folks aren't getting what they paid for, not just in the amount of time that they anticipated receiving the product, but just never. And so we've opened an investigation into this entity after we received a number of complaints, 8 complaints over a few weeks from customers who said that they placed the order, everything checked out, except the product never got to them. And we did reach out to this company in question. They did respond to us, at least initially, and then they went quiet. And that's typically something that happens along the way if you feel like your organization is not deserving of scrutiny, and that's why the news release was produced.
And you guys have created a business profile on the BBB. Can you kind of tell us what we might be looking at here?
Yeah, so like every business profile, right? There's going to be a lot of information there. Physical address, that is something you always should ask for. If you are, particularly if you're purchasing from a new business or a business you don't really know a whole lot. We do have the letter grade that is, of course, impacted by the amount of traffic you receive, the complaints that come into us. So you can see they have received an F rating. That is the worst possible grade you could have. There is that disclaimer information at the top that investigation has been opened into this entity. Again, it's really not our place to tell you where to spend your money, but we are a guide, right? And this is a directory. And if we do know something about your business and you have proven to not uphold trustworthy standards or really integrity, we need to make it as visible as possible for consumers. In the case of this particular organization, they did list a Derby, Kansas location on the website in question, but they didn't have an exact address and they didn't have a phone number. So you both have an incomplete physical address and no phone number, and that is typically a sign that this organization is really hoping you don't show up, and also probably not fully formed, right? And that's something to
Mm-hmm.
look for just in general as you begin, navigating holiday shopping and purchasing products for friends and family.
Yeah, absolutely. And then taking a look at their website here, what are some of the red flags that kind of pop up when looking at their website?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it kind of looks like just a general, like, run of the mill website in a lot of ways, right? And that's probably why it was so effective in nabbing people. Certainly I've had better consumer experiences on other sites. And so, some of the text placement and whatnot looks a little suspect, but maybe not unlike what you would anticipate with kind of a smaller business. This is designed to be a small business, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
custom products. However, there's really no policy language on the site. And that is something that, again, if you're working through a new vendor, right, you're not working through Amazon, you're not working through a company that, has iron tight terms and conditions and policies. If they don't have a policy page, that is something that you should really take into account. And I think what a lot of folks are experiencing if they're purchasing products on like TikTok Shop or through Facebook Marketplace, they're hoping you don't go to the website and poke around and ask questions, right? But that's
Mm-hmm.
precisely what you should be doing as a consumer to ensure that that transaction is as secure as possible. So
Yeah.
this site does not have detailed policies on refunds, on cancellations, or delivery guarantees, and that is something you should absolutely want if you are purchasing a new product from a new company.
Yeah. And so, how important is something like this as we are approaching the holiday season? Maybe people are getting a jump on their purchasing gifts for others.
Yeah, I mean, it's crucial, Danielle. I want some custom shoes. I need to find a company to purchase those through. There are going to be there's an avalanche as a consumer, an avalanche of targeted marketing, and some opportunities are real and some opportunities aren't. And it's probably never been harder than it is right now to delineate which is the real one from which is the fraudulent one. So an investigation like this, hopefully, forces the public to ask some more questions before they ultimately pull out their credit card or say, yeah, this is worth a shot. Here's my personal information. It's really, really hard to get that information back once that account has been compromised or once your identity has been stolen. So, it's not to say that any of the folks who reported to us said that they are now experiencing identity theft, but that really is the roll of the dice every single time you purchase something online, particularly with a new company. So you want to verify that business. You want to look into that business. You want to ask questions before rather than after. And ideally, that makes the transaction a lot more secure.
Right. And so what should people do if they've fallen victim to this scam or any other scam?
Yeah, leave a review, leave a complaint on this company's business profile. This really is right on the border between this is an outright scam versus this is a business that is not operating with integrity. So we have Scam Tracker. It's bbb.org/scam tracker. It takes all of 2.5 minutes to submit a report. And that might not seem like a meaningful thing, but I can promise you there are so many people who are right on the border of being scammed. They look up some information, whether it's, hey, I received an email from this email address. I got contacted by this phone number, or it was this company in question. Oh, I see that this is associated with a scam. I'm going to back out. It's really important to have those backlinks and to have that information publicly available to protect folks, because sadly, we all need a safety net in 2024. And one of the ways we build that is by coming forward when you do experience something.
Right. And so what are some more tips that you can give for those that are shopping online and how to do so safely?
Yeah, so one thing we've been talking about for many years are to work through secure websites only if possible. HTTPS in the URL, that's going to be what you're looking for, right? There's a lock icon next to it. That means your information is a lot more difficult to be compromised. There are a lot of websites that only use HTTP. If you won't have the lock icon, your information won't really be protected. All of the reputable sites that you can think of in which you would transact have HTTPS in the URL. So that's a really good giveaway. It's a lot harder, though, I would say, to see that or to notice that one character difference on mobile versus desktop. So one thing that I do just kind of anecdotally is I do a lot of my shopping on a laptop or on a computer. And I know that there are a variety of reasons why people don't do that nowadays, but that is really helpful. So you're not seeing essentially the abridged URL in your browser, right? That could be really helpful. You want to make sure you're researching companies before you buy. Look, there are millions of businesses out there, and millions of them are reputable and deserving of time and attention. Sadly, there are a lot of others that aren't. And it's really important that you know at least a little bit of information about a business before you agree to provide personal and payment information. This was not the case in this particular investigation, but non-reputable businesses will require non-traceable payments. So you'll see a lot of folks asking for payment through Venmo or Cash App or crypto or gift cards, but gift cards from like prepaid debit cards, those types of things. The reason why they want that is it's really, really hard for those transactions to be protected in any way. So once that money is sent, it's really very challenging to ever get it back. So if someone is asking you for payment with digital wallets or prepaid cards, your guard should go up. And you should ask yourself again, is this deserving of the gamble that I'm making in this moment?
Mm-hmm. Awesome. As we kind of wrap up here, are there any other scams happening or popping up that you want people to kind of be aware of?
Just be wary of the websites you see. As we talked about with this instance, there are a lot of sites that, they look close enough, right, for us to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think we should do a better job moving into 2025 of giving less benefit of the doubt and demanding that our questions are answered before we agree to provide our business to someone. There are grammatical miscues on this website. There's a lack of a physical address on the site, lack of policy information on the site. Those three things in combination should caution you that this business is really not deserving of my time and attention. So I think if we can ask a little bit more critical questions of ourselves before we provide payment information, that's going to make holiday shopping a lot simpler. That's going to make applying for scholarships a lot smoother. It's going to impact really everything that we experience as a consumer.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us here today, Josh.
Thank you, Danielle.
Alrighty, so that was Josh Planos of the Better Business Bureau breaking down one of their recent investigations into a business claiming to sell custom footwear out of Kansas. For more news and updates, visit our website, 1011now.com, and follow us on all our social platforms. From our newsroom to wherever you are, see you on the next stream.